Okay, welcome everybody to this Transport Fever 2 stream of our lovely German map, and we're building a transport empire in Germany. It has expanded loads in the last, I think, 22 episodes we're on now. Excuse me. So we are doing lots of expansion here in Germany, and I'm looking at the lovely little town of Bremen, which I've been told by a viewer that Bremen is an important dock town in Germany, has been, but it's always forgotten about, and I felt really bad about that. So we're starting this episode of our playthrough with some apologies, really, because there's a couple of things I got wrong. The first thing, obviously, is I neglected the lovely little town of Bremen. It's got no food, no passenger connections in it at all, and growth-wise, it has actually grown, but that's purely organic growth, nothing to do with what we've done. It's all private transport, as you can see, and there is a bit of traffic growing, so we need to solve that, and we will do it for Bremen because we have done it for other towns that viewers have suggested, like Rostock. But next to Rostock, and another viewer pointed this out to me, and this is why we're starting with apologies, is the town that I've been calling Stralsund is actually Stralsund. So I've been mispronouncing the name of a whole town and its people for quite some time now. So that is not a good thing. So I'm making apologies for that, and we're going to make amends by referring it to as Stralsund from now on. I didn't even know. Yeah, we've got our stations are Stralsund as well. So that's a little bit more difficult for me to say as an English speaker, I'll be honest, than Stralsund. But we're going to go with the correct name for the town in this episode. So what we're going to do today, well, we're going to connect in Bremen, and we've got Hamburg over here, which is a thriving town. Lots of people there, lots of people wanting to get our train down to, and I've even written Stralsund here, look, that's wrong, Stralsund. Lots of people want to get on that train, which is nice, so we might need to upgrade that train at point, but we're not doing Hamburg specifically. We want to connect in Hamburg to Bremen. And there's a few towns here that come off at Bremen here. We've got Wolfsburg, Maidberg, and Halle, which kind of follow a line down here, which makes a really nice line to connect in, potentially to Leipzig here, where we already have a station. And we also could potentially come this way, down to Hanover, and Göttingen or Bielefeld. So there's definitely going to be some kind of a fork here to reconnect into that network here at Kassel. And then when we come from Hamburg over here, I'm thinking we'll go to Bremerhaven, Oldenburg, Meppen, Münster, and then probably into Bielefeld there, and then connect that into Kassel as well. So there's probably 3 passenger lines that we could do with building in this episode that really connects this central area. You can see there's kind of a ring of railways around it, which we have done absolutely nothing with. Really. So these towns have all been forgotten about. These towns around here, around Köln, or Cologne, as we say it, and Dortmund, they've really, really boomed and grown. Köln particularly is doing really well. You can see we're in 1948 now, and it's the boom era of the game. It's the post-war era, and we will see we've seen a lot of growth, you can see, in the towns, if we provide the right transport to the good German people of the town. So I'm thinking we'll start with this line, we'll come down here, and we'll go first to Maidberg, Halle, through Wolfsburg, and into Leipzig. And then we'll do our line down to Göttingen from Bremen, and then we'll do our Oldenburg line, which will capture these towns and go into Kassel there as well. So that's the plan for the first part of the stream, but stick around, because in the second part we need to start doing something with Berlin. I hate to go back to Berlin because we put so much attention on it, but this setup here is getting rather busy, but particularly this cargo setup is getting a bit messy. We could really do with sorting this out a bit and remodeling that around Berlin. But without further ado, let's get into the playthrough. And we had our planes. If you've just joined for the first time, we have some beautiful trains in our playthrough, which give you a great view over Germany. Look, what a beautiful land. And we have, I think, four airports with our lovely Berlin Köln Air, which is sporting a Douglas DC-4 at the moment. So let's get into it. Let's get Bremen sorted. So we'll put down a station looking at Bremen. Let's try and do this properly this time rather than bang it down quick. Let's give Bremen the network that it supports. I like the idea of having a dock at Bremen actually, and also connected in Oldenburg. That might be really cool if we have a little ferry doing that trip as well. Because why not? You know, we want this map to be alive. But we're going to start with the train station, and I would like to put it down here, but this is really the residential area, and where the residential area will grow. So we'll end up with loads of pollution in Bremen if we put it there. So we might have to put it a bit further south of the town, but that'll be okay because we'll connect it in via a bus network, and the town will eat up that station. So we'll go a bit further south, and we'll connect that in. We have a route in to Hamburg here that we can use already. Hi there, Glenn. Good to see you on the stream. And then so I think that's good because that we can use this as a bit of a fork, as I say, to go to Hanover that way and Wolfsburg over there. So let's get into our first building of the episode. We're going to need a through one. We're going to have at least 2 lines here, which we're going to use. And going a bit south of the town, trying to be close to the residents, but crucially not where they're going to grow. So I'm thinking we'll go something like that. Or will we? No, we'll go this side. We'll put our station on this side, but we'll put at a bit of an angle so we can point towards the rail line I think we're going to use. So we'll go there, which is a bit in the middle of nowhere, but we have our Bremen Annex. It's called Bremen Annex. We must already have a station nearby. So that's going to connect in there. So we need to get that into this line. We have, you can see here, quite a busy, the steelworks line, which we can of course use, although it is rather busy, but we need to get past that without getting slowed down by all of these freight trains using that line. So we might have to go around that and connect around the back, somewhere around this bridge. I'm thinking we're going to need 4 tracks here because we're going to have lots of slow going freight trains over there. So let's bring our track down. And I'm going to keep catenary on because we are using a lot of electric vehicles now. And looking at this terrain, it's nice and flat in this area, which I like. We've done some railways down south with lots of hills to contend with, which has been a bit of a pain in the neck. But it's nice and flat around here, which I appreciate the geography. We'll try and get tight to the steelworks here, and this is where we're going to have probably our first problem because we've got our slow going freight trains over here. So I'm going to come a bit further back actually, just to about there, and then what I want to do is bridge over this. So I'm going to try and put a bridge in the middle. So far it's not giving me anything really useful, or maybe I've just done the ends. No, I've done the middle, so that's not turning out too good. But if we do it like that, if we go up a bit, maybe we'll go up to there and see if we can't bridge over now that we have. Maybe that wasn't high enough, so we need to go back with what we have here. Maybe a bit further. In fact, let's put a bridge over first. Our line's there, so we can line this up pretty well. We can stick it up there. A bit higher. So that's going to give us a nice bridge over there. We've got a pillar collision, but that's fine because we can have, ooh, look, a lovely steel girder bridge there. Oh, I love the look of that. Very industrial. I'm not sure how the trains will get through, so maybe we'll go with this type, and that's looking a lot better. The trains would clip through it, but the aesthetics, you know, it's pretty poor. It's pretty poor. But that does the job for us. It's quite steep there, so we might have to go a bit further back for this bridge. So we'll come right back, give ourselves a bit more of a gentle slope up to it. Yeah, thanks for watching all the videos, Copter Doctor. I really like that you like them, so that's pretty good. I don't really like this, so I might get rid of this bit of road here, which it may cause me problems in the short term, so I'll reconnect that road. But that's looking a lot better. A bit of a slope up there, and I'm not sure we'll be able to build a road under here. We may have to go down. It is going to let me do it, actually, without too much of a fuss. We can even... yeah, we can do that. So that's the road reconnected in. We've got street lamps on there. Lovely. It's actually a street, isn't it? We need an urban road. And we can change that all of that to be kind of urban road. We can't build the dirt roads anymore. We have advanced too far. So we can no longer rely on that. So once we get over this side, we can go down. And we want to kind of join on to this. Keeping that slope to be not too steep. And that looks about right. And what this does actually is having a separate bridge means that we will have 2 tracks for the passenger line. So we'll try and keep that as we go around. We do actually have 4 tracks further down here where we have fasts and slows for our passengers and our freight trains to deal with. So we'll come over here around. Now, in terms of getting into Hanover here, and we may need to think about this. Sorry for the big spin on the camera. We actually put down a station before, but we haven't connected in these 2 extra lines here, which we forethought to put in, but actually now there's a lot of growth here that we're going to have to demolish. But also the line to connect in here is not complete. So, and it's also on the wrong side. So we're on the, well, let's say the west side of the track here, and our freight, oh, you see, we may have to switch this over from the bridge, you see, because if we go further down, well, we're going to be on this side anyway, but you can see the fast line for the passengers is also on the west side. So that might make it a bit easier if we use this bridge to actually be on the other side of the freight line. So I'm going to redo that. And it's going to give me... maybe I shouldn't have done both lines before I figure that out. But we'll come back to here, where we're quite high up. And hopefully we can come across and in. And it won't look terrible. So doing it like that, we do have the crossover. It's actually giving me a crossover in the track. So maybe we need to try and keep ourselves up. See it through the end. It's going to be a bit tricky here. But if we build it to there, that's kind of the angle we want. And then we can, well, we're going to need the other side first probably actually. Bring this round to there. And then from about here, actually in fact we'll do it from the station where we have it. So where are we coming out? Where are we coming out? We're coming to here and we need to go that way, but there's too much road network in the way. So we are unfortunately going to have to demolish some of the lovely town of Hamburg it's for progress. It is for progress. Yeah, we're coming into here. We are at 120 kilometers an hour max speed, which maybe I'll regret. But it is a lower maintenance cost, so we're sticking with that. We're going to curve around this way, and again we are going to need some, unfortunately, some more demolition of people's houses as we make way for this area, and the town will grow around again, so we're not too worried. Try and keep the speed up. In fact, what we can do here, nice little neat trick, I'm going to pause it so they don't build around here. So I'm going to stick onto here a couple of extra lines on the station, so this will mean this will line up perfectly with our freight track here, so we can go there and then bring that in. Now that's a bit of a whopper of a curve there actually, so we might have done that a bit too soon. Still maintain 71. Maybe not the best as we come in there. 69 on this side. So we can come in there. We've got a nice bypass track there. And then this can follow. But actually, it's got to follow and sweep out there. So if we do it tight there, our best speed or our lowest speed is 80. If we just come off the track here, we can maintain 100, which feels much better. So we'll do that. So another sweeping curve coming out the north side of Hamburg over here. We are approaching the residential side of the town. Now, it doesn't want to do this in the way I want to do it. Can I raise this up a bit? It is colliding with that. So we might have to go a bit further back. Ooh, this is a bit more of a tricky build than some of the other builds we've done. Trying to get this right. So again, oh, too much slope. Look at that. Hello from Belgium. Welcome. Willkommen auf meinem Kanal. How's that for a bit of German? I did some Googling before we came on, as you can probably ascertain. Right. Oh, this bridge is giving me grief. I don't want to go down in the middle here. I'd actually rather go up. Oh, there we go. Now there is there a pillar in the middle of here, of the track? Just clips in there. Either side, which is looking a bit rubbish, to be honest. Really kind of wanted to do this kind of maneuver. What about if we had this time? Go with a suspension bridge. That clears it. I mean, only just. I mean, that can't clear it properly, can it? We do have some clearance problems there. Maybe we'll go a bit further back. Maybe we'll go a bit further back. Give ourselves a bit more room to go up with this track. Try and get ourselves up in the middle. Oh, ridges again. It's the one pillar there seemed to be the collision. Well, we might have to go over straight. We might just keep going straight. Over here, I'm going to keep this up a bit. Now we do have a bit of a collision there. We can move that just slightly off. Although the more we move that side, just got to get these pillars just clear there. But we are a bit high now, and we've got to go down quite quickly into the station. So let's see if we can sweep this around and in without losing too much speed. We're still at 105. That's actually not that bad. And can we do the other side now? Will it let us? It's given us a bridge pillar collision, which is a bit of a problem. So, this bridge. Can we make the whole? Oh, see, there's too much clearance underneath when you do it like that. Too much clearance, not enough clearance underneath, in fact. So let's build this in sections, because that might get us the pillars that we need here. So we can get to there without too much ado. And that's going to allow us to come around here. Nice clean section now. With only a little bit of clipping around here. So yay! I think we're gonna do it. So we've now got our line that comes from the station to here, when we need to put in some signals. So we're going to have a protecting signal there. We should really have one in the north side coming out there. Although that is going to affect that level crossing, but we have one coming from over here as well. We'll protect this level crossing. Break it into a block section, and we'll put another block section over here. Put in some block sections over here as well. So yeah, I think that's working. And then we need to connect in the last bit of track into what will be Bremen proper station. So we'll put in a crisscross here. We may not need it because the trains will probably go south from here and won't do a lot of crossing over. But the first train we get running to Bremen will probably need to cross over as we do that. And then over in Hamburg, have we got the crossovers we need. So if we're coming down this way, we can't at the moment get over to this side and this platform, but we also have the issue here. We've got two platforms unused. They are well connected on this side, so I do want to bring this track out to here alongside it. Hello, Soupy. Good to have you back. Good to have you back. Nice. Thanks for saying hello. That's nice. We're going to demolish some more houses in Hamburg, unfortunately, but it's all in the name of progress. So we've got our lines coming out here, which can be used for additional platformage in there. And it's a bit complicated here actually, because we've got the level crossing, so we might have to go to about, I'm going to say about here, and bring that over to our line to there, and we can actually get rid of some of these bits of track here. Get rid of that one as well. So that's looking better. That means that station is, the north side is connected. We can put in a crisscross over here. Allow the good people on the train to get to the right side of the track. Too much slope for some reason there. That seems to be fine, not really sure why. And then signals we can put into protect coming this way, and then one coming out as close as we can to the junctions here and here. And have to use that signal there. We don't want to be too close to avoid being stuck over the junction. So that's north and south in Hamburg connected in, coming around using this beautiful new bridge we have, and then into Bremen. So we're good there. But the problem is no one's going to use this yet. No one's going to use this station yet because we have no connection to the town, the good town of Bremen. So we need to think about that from a road perspective. So we can actually build some streets here, and we'll go outside the station. We've got this road here to connect into, and then we have this road here, so we can come out. I think I'll come out from the center of the station there. We'll just go straight initially. Oh, look at that. It's almost perfectly straight to there. So at least that connects in, but at the moment that's not actually touching anyone that lives in Bremen. So no one's going to want to go there yet, but we will change that. We will change that with a lovely new tram stop here. Let's make it electric as well. We'll put some electric trams into Bremen with some passenger stops. So we're going to come around there. We're going to come down our loop. We're going to future-proof this with one here, even though there's not many people around there at the moment. We'll get to this busy part of town here, maybe with a stop somewhere in the middle here as well. And then what we might do is connect that road in so it comes straight out here, because that would make for a better loop. It does mean we have to destroy, well, quite a few houses actually. We'll keep the tram track on here. So we're going to put the tram track all the way through there anyway. So the bus goes to there. We'll have another double stop here, one somewhere around there, and one last one just before the station there. So we've got a nice loop for Bremen. Yeah, we are. Someone mentioned that Bremen's often neglected, Andre, so I thought I would put that right with a nice stop. In fact, what I'm going to do something I'm not really done in any other town. So Bremen, I've been told, is a pretty big place for ships. So in honor of that, I'm going to stick a nice port down there, but I want to connect my bus network, or what will be the tram network, in there. I'm going to put in another beefy little stop. Yeah, we'll go with a decent sized one here, and we will run our loop into there and then out that way. So it's a bit of a jagged loop, but it'll be worth it. It'll be absolutely worth it. So we're going to have catenary. We're going to put some tram tracks down to follow this route as we come down. Hanse City. It's a Hanse City. Oh, it's a Hanse. What does that mean? You've lost me with that one. Yeah, is that a word that I should know? Oh, I don't know. So we've got our loop connected in. Tram tracks all the way around. We just need a lovely little tram depot, which we can put in this nice virgin territory over here. Ah, Bremerhaven. I thought the names would be connected. I'm guessing it's kind of like Bremen Heaven. That's what it sounds like to me. Bremen. This is the town of Bremerhaven. It's a very creative, dry name. I suppose. I wonder if there are beaches here. It seems like there would be beaches, wouldn't there? Not that German beaches aren't famous in the UK. I'll be honest. So I have no idea. But we'll get ourselves... now, I've put a bus stop down, which was silly. We don't want a bus stop. We want a tram stop. That's what we wanted. So we'll go for our tram stop. Let's have a look. So we've got the C22. We've also got the Type 1, T1. Now, this is a Switzerland one, so I know we've got a Swiss viewer, but we've got some 22s on. So we'll go with the T1 for now. And we'll put these on a new line. So we're going to go... start here. We'll go around the town in this kind of anti-clockwise direction. We'll pop in there, then we'll come out to here, following the loop to Bremen Exchange. So we're going to do round to the start, then we're going to start all over again, and we're going to go back this way. So when we get to Jahnstrasse, come on with my German, we'll go to there, then we'll come back to Königsberger Strasse, Erlenweg, Gartenstrasse, and then we complete the loop. So this is our V Bremen tram loop. And it's giving me a bright pink colour, but I think I know that Werder Bremen, who are the football team around here, pretty famous football team, I think they're a bright green. And not bright green, but kind of like this kind of green. Someone correct me if I'm wrong. So we're going to make those and the trams on here a lovely dark green colour in honour of Werder Bremen. I'm sure they are. I'm sure they're green. It's like a white and green. The Hansail, like I said. Okay. I'm gonna like German translation. Google's let me down. It just says Hans. I don't know. But also I want to know whether like Werder Bremen, they've got to be green. They are. They're dark green. I knew I was right. I knew it. So, you know, there we go. The Werder Bremen trams are on the road. We love a bit of it. And they're going to start collecting people and moving people to this station. But we need a train from somewhere on to connect it. So we do have this line here. Now the trains just fit underneath our bridge. You can see that one coming through. But we've got no connection onto our passenger line, so we could get it from there. Or do we have any others anywhere else? Again, we have another one, but we'd have to connect across. That could work. That could work. I think this one might be the best stop. So, let's see. Locomotive-wise, we've got the RE44, which I am tempted to do because I love the look of this one. It's not the most powerful that we have at the moment, but it is pretty cheap, to be fair. It's only slightly more expensive than the Crocodile, but it goes 125, look. So we've got to have one of those. And then we're going to have passenger-wise, we can go 125. So we can go with the BC4. And I'm going to go with quite a high capacity here. 100 capacity to go onto a new line. Because we are going to go further south. And I think this line's going to get really busy soon. So we're going to go from Hamburg East to, where are we going? Bremen Annex. So it's unable to find a path. So we have not got all of our electrified lines all in. So yeah, you can see the route from here is not electrified. So we could do with, I mean, we need to electrify a lot of our network at the moment. So that brings us to about here. So let's get Hamburg electrified. As we do that. And does that mean our train is on the way? Our train is on the way. So we've got this beautiful, beautiful train. What's the number there? Wait, what's the number? 10012. RE44. It's a lovely looking train. I do like the sound of electric trains. I mean, it doesn't beat steam, but it is pretty cool. So yeah, that's really going to be able to use the maximum. You know, we're at the point where we're using the maximum speed that these tracks can do it. Yeah, the Hamburg local lines definitely. I mean, look at it. There's lots of big yellow people here. We've got quite a lot wanting to use the tram. They're all full. In fact, on the Hamburg tram loop, which misses out big chunks of the town. Look, so the loops here, I may need to redo these totally because the loops are getting really big, and we may need to do a hub and spoke sort of setup for that. But our RE44 is on the way. We don't yet have anybody waiting at our new line, which is our V. It's our. I'm going to call this our Bremen nach Hamburg, and we're gonna colour this train dark green as well. You know, we're sticking to a theme, and so I think that looks rather nice. A lovely green colour. A bit of branding. Yes, so that is good. And do we have anybody waiting to go to Bremen nach Hamburg here? Nobody yet is wanting to go there. They all want to go to Stralsund. Well, they all want to go to Stralsund and Rostock at the moment. Rostock is a popular place, Andre. Everybody wants to go there. Right, so hopefully soon we shall have people wanting to move around here. Now, the other thing I want to do, so we have this dot connection, but that's also not connected. But we have the nice town of Oldenburg here, which we can connect rather simply with there. Now, it's a bit too low here because of the way the rivers are designed in this game. They should sort of be like this, where you could connect rather nicely, but sometimes, especially when you go inland, there's quite a steep gradient between the shore and where you would put it. So we'll put the dock about here, and then we'll use our street builder to extend what we have here. I'm going to turn electric tram no for now. And then we'll just bring this out to about here. And then curve it to meet there. And upgrade this little bit there. Look at that. So we're creating a bit of a loop there. Again, not many people are going to use that. So we're going to create our a little loop for Oldenburg, which I'm not going to tram track at the moment. I'm going to create a little bus loop on this side. Keep it varied. We've got some decent buses. Oh, no, wrong type. We've got some decent buses that we can use now in the game with a decent capacity and speed. They are not a scratch on trams, but they are a bit cheaper. And we'll come down here. We'll have a stop there. And we might put one just... I mean, they're already connecting with each other. But if we put one here, I'm expecting some growth in this area. So that will have us future-proofed in Oldenburg as well. We need a bus stop, a road depot, I should say, just outside of town. And let's see, what have we got for a bus? So we've got the Sora Tusha, which is an absolute beaut. 50 kilometers an hour, capacity of 10. Absolutely what we need here. So we can do our normal loop around Oldenburg. I unfortunately do not know if Oldenburg even has a football team to colour it. If they do, I hope it's pink, because that'll make life a little bit easier here. So this is our Oldenburg, Berg with a U, bus loop. Oh, BR110 would be awesome with a mod. Yeah, that would be cool. Maybe we're at the point now where we need to get some modded vehicles in here, because there's lots of great mods. When you get to about 1950 onwards, you get some really, really nice vehicles in there. So we've got a bus loop that's going to connect around there. We don't actually have a ship which can do the crossover. We want a kind of little ferry. Now the nearest ship dock is nowhere, but we're going to pop one over here at Bremerhaven. Probably. It's probably more the way you would say it. Yeah, there. We're going to go there. You know, to just sort of connect these two in a roundabout way. We want small passenger. Oh, we get the Zurich, look. Wow, capacity of 150. An expensive one. I mean, it's... Yeah. The Klondike. I do like the Klondike for this kind of trip, but it is a large one. These two, I've not got a Zurich yet. So we're going to go with a Zurich. I don't even know if it's... I mean, look at it. This journey is 150 people that way. It's going to be a bit ridiculous. Oh, I'm kind of regretting this stopping now. I might have to put a stop into Hanover or something like that to make this worthwhile. Or maybe we'll do one at Bremerhaven. That's what we'll do. We'll connect it by boat, and then it's at least a bit useful. So we'll go with the Bremen nach Bremerhaven. I bet this is a good one to get onto your holidays, this route. So we'll add in a stop up here at Bremerhaven. Now hopefully we can have a nice dock here for passengers. That's we can't quite connect it directly into the road again, but we do have a bit of space here. If I can't really rotate. See if I can get this to... Oh, I'm the wrong way around here. I want to kind of go into be about there. And then we need to connect this in with a nice road. Yeah, we've got tails to the dock there, so we should be connected. Then we need to go back up to this side here. And if we can avoid demolishing as many buildings as we can, we can just about do it there. Or maybe we'll do that. I think that's probably the best we can do. Get rid of those. We've got a connection to the dock there, so we just need to go into the line here and add a port. So we go Bremen, Oldenburg, then we come up to Bremerhaven. We'll leave that as the loop. Don't need to do anything more than that. Hopefully we get enough people that actually want to do that trip. Because it's quite an expensive ship, I'll be honest. Hey there, Master Arb, 3060, and hello, RT. Welcome to the stream. Good to have you aboard. We're doing Germany. We're doing Germany in 1949 now. We're in quite a slow mode, so it's going to take a while for these ships to come out. Where's my Zurich? I'm going to speed this up. Oh, it's on the way, Lord. It's well on the way. Our first Zurich on the map. Little boat. Yeah, in honour of our Swiss friends, we've got a Zurich. There we go. And it's going to do that now. Hopefully, some people actually want to do that trip. We shall see. Bremerhaven has no... I mean, it's pretty well connected, actually, the dock. I don't really need to do anything yet. If you look when I click that, how many white properties there are there. There's just a little bit not connected up there. So, for the time being, that's going to do the job. And hopefully people want to go on holiday to Bremerhaven from Oldenburg and Bremen and make me some money, because that is the aim of the game. For the versus game, who went first? You know, we didn't really think about it too much. I mean, maybe we flipped a coin or something like that. But it was... at the time, we didn't think it would matter that much. We weren't sure how the mod was going to work, to be honest. We just kind of went for it. But I'll have the last turn. So, you know, stick around for that. I will have the last turn and to do all my dastardly things with no reply. So, we haven't actually recorded the last episode yet. So, I have a few ideas of how that's going to pan out. But we'll see. We do now have, though, people on our Bremen line. So that's positive. That gives me encouragement that we should go further. Lots of people on the route. Using both the bus and tram loops here at Bremen and Oldenburg. And we even have somebody, a couple of people in fact, quite a few people look at Bremerhaven want to leave. And a few people want to use from here and here as well. Where are they going? Where's this one person going? They're going to Oldenburg. Look, they're just going to hop across, get on the bus, off they go. So we love a bit of that. In fact, where are they? Where are they going? I always like to do this. It's a bit intriguing. So... we've got here Philip Fuchs, which is funny name in English. Philip Fuchs, and he is going... where's his destination then? So he's going to this shopping facility here. Interesting. So he is definitely going to be getting on the bus. If we were to follow Mr. Fuchs, then we would eventually see him get off the dock here, cross over to here and do that. Look at this little bit of these lumps where the path's cut through. That's a bit weird, isn't it? We should probably smooth that out. Smooth it out. That looks better, doesn't it? Yeah, let's get rid of these little humps. There we go. That looks smarter. Right, so there's his route is better planned. We've got a few people here. Where's this person going? In fact, we'll just look at the line. So yeah, most people want to go to Bremen so far. And only one person wants to go to Oldenburg. Nobody's going to Bremerhaven. Sad times for Bremerhaven. So our route is now fully capable of splitting east and west to go to Wolfsburg and Hanover. So we can do that. Let's get those connected in. So Hanover here. I feel like I've seen the Hanover football team. I feel like they're red, but we're not going to change the colours of the line just for Hanover. You're too late to the party. So we're going from Hanover, and we're going to be... oh, no. We're going down to Göttingen here. So I want to come down from sort of like this area here. But I'm going to rotate this to about there. I've just come off so I can do a nice straight road here. Oh, no, I pressed the wrong button there. We're going to rotate this to be about there. Put our nice little street in the front of the station. Can't really see what I'm doing here. There's trees in the way. So let's get this in here. And we'll have our nice connection into the station over there. And then we can just, for, you know, why not? Let's help the town out. We can connect that in there. So a nice little loop when we connect Hanover in there. So that's nice and easy. And then we're going to go down on this line to Göttingen. Yes, that's what we're doing. And then we're eventually going to try, and I think we're going to try and connect into the castle hub here. So if we are to do that, I think we want to come right over here, give ourselves some room to get into this busy area over here. So we'll go with a station. We might have to demolish some buildings here. We're going to go right in to the town, because this is the industrial and commercial area. The residential's on the other side, so that's perfect. I need to save this comment, Andre. This is gold. How do I do this? I'm just screenshot it. Oh no, it's trying to give me something else. It's trying to give me something else. Screenshot Andre's thing. Right, saved. Done. We'll have to find them for the next one. Right. Now then, so we can pretty much just hook these up, and the terrain is pretty level all the way, so this should be nice and simple. We do have a little bit of a hump there. Turn the contour mode on. You see, there's not many contour lines at all as we come in here. In fact, that might be the better route. We're at full speed, but we do want to be careful of this factory here. We're going to have to go around the side of it. So we'll come out a bit wider, and that should give us the room to swerve in here and connect into the station. Now I actually want to come out of the station straight a little bit, because we're going to go left and right. So this is going to impact this a little bit. It's going to be a bit of a tight curve out here, but I just want to give myself enough room for the junction. So we can get across there. It's not the best, but I don't want to have it too constrained at, you know, just in front of the station when we go that way as well. So we can bring this line alongside it as well. All the way down. We'll come out of contour mode because the white is just killing my eyes. And into the station lot, just as simple as that. Absolutely as simple as that. And that's going to connect in Hanover down here to Göttingen. We don't need a crossover at Göttingen because we're going to carry on. There are a lot of cars on the road now. We have competition. We have competition from the road vehicles. So we need to make sure, especially our passenger lines, are faster than anything they're doing. Kassel is doing really well because it is a bit of a hub here. 600 mods. 600 mods, Soupy. That is cool. I run about 5, and they're mostly gameplay ones. I haven't really dabbled with any mod that is purely cosmetic. Haven't really done it. Yeah. So we've got a bit of a challenge here. So we've got our station here at Göttingen, which needs connecting here, but we have freight lines in the way. Now we could go straight across the freight lines, and I don't mind going across freight because I don't mind freight waiting as much as passengers. So this is our passenger line here. So we've got a signal there and a signal there, so I can probably come around here. And I'd like this curve. I'm going to just go straight in fact, to there, because that's going to give us the highest speed option we've got. So we will have to slow down to 74 to get that in. And then we can put some signals in here. You can see we've got a signal there. We want to make sure that the junction is protected, but we're not actually going to put any stop signals on the passenger line here, because we don't want the passenger train to stop for there. Once this passenger train is moving, say beyond, I don't know, let's say well, let's say beyond the junction, because we're going to have a, no, we're not going to have a crossover junction here, we don't need it. So once the tray, oh, they're going to need to, maybe they'll come out of that platform. We've got 2 platforms here. So maybe we will, but I think no, they're gonna be fine. We don't need it here. So basically, once they're out of the platform, say here, I don't want them to stop. So they'll have a clear route down there, and then we've also got these junctions here. So having them further back just gives those a bit more room to take up the block section. We'll slow the freight down. We may have to review that, but we'll see how. Yeah, we could go over or under, and I that was my first idea of going over or under, but it's not too busy, and I like big junctions. I like the look of them sometimes. The bridges don't always look that good in my view, although this is a lovely bridge. This is probably one of my favourites that we've got. I'm a bit reluctant to change this to anything. Oh, not that one. This one. Anything else? Nah, that looks rubbish. That looks glorious. But it does limit us to 90 mile an hour, so not a problem that we're curving in here, and it means we can now bring our trains all the way into Castle. Now Castle is a busy old station here. You can see we probably need a few extra platforms, in fact, because we are running out of terminals. We've got these 2 sharing, and those 2 on the Berlin to Strasbourg. So yeah, I'm thinking that we might need another platform here that we can use as our terminal. Now hopefully we've got enough space along here to, I've just added platforms, not tracks. What am I doing? So we can put ourselves a new track in here. And I said that like that was going to be easy, but look at this track. Oh man. Is a bit of a mess of a junction here, and actually the best place to connect, I think, is going to be somewhere like here. But it doesn't like doing junctions on bridges, I tell you that for free. I actually want to go underneath that. I have an urge to go under it. What's the geometry like over here? See, we're going up here, but what we could actually do is we could move onto a, if we have a track running alongside here, look, probably a bit too shallow actually. Let's go a bit further back. We go along from here, move this over here like that, like so, right up to the level crossing. We could do a similar setup just coming out to there, and then coming from that side in. Can't actually snap to this. Oh, there we go, that's fine. So that means they're going to go to this single leg of traffic here, and if we keep this going straight, I just wonder whether we can go underneath. This is the whole point of that, was to go underneath. I'm going to allow it to go down. I don't really, yeah, let's go down. And then we can go, basically, hopefully go underneath and up. I don't know if we've got enough room. Don't know that we've got enough room here. Saying there's a collision, and it may be this bridge. Yeah, we could really do that bridge being a bit longer. We've got a stone bridge there. Ooh. Girders. Oh, will the trains fit underneath that? Because I do like the look of that. Now the signals are that high, but again, it's this age-old point of, is that high enough? One thing we can do to check that actually is if we go, oh wait, it's a train. There's a train coming. Quick, change it. Ah! Oh, it clears it. Incoming tracks on a new platform. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking I'm going to change this to a girder because that looks way better. And I'm hoping if we need it, we can actually do that. So I think the new track comes down here. The problem may be that we might be too close to come back up. So this might not actually work after all. I don't think we've got enough clearance really of that from the end of the platform to do that and to make that one work, which is a shame. So I do think it's going to be a pain in the neck. We can just go straight across there by the looks of it. So we'll run into there and we can just take this one back now. We'll save ourselves the complicated thing of the junctions on the bridge and we can just go straight across here, widen this bridge out, and then we've got a fresh line in for our train. So we don't actually need a new train because we have one running all the way. Oh, well, it's coming in here. Oh. Wait a minute. Have we forgot some track? I forgot this whole... I was talking about going east-west from Hanover. We don't need to do that. Oh, silly, silly, silly. This is too tight a curve. I was thinking we were in Bremen when we were doing this, but that is actually wrong. We can go back further here and make this a bit higher speed, look. What was I thinking? This is Hanover. Just redo that section. Now we've got to Hanover. We need to go to Bremen. We didn't do the whole thing. So, like I said, we want to go straight out without too much ado. Give ourselves some space for junctions, increasing the platform length in the future. We've got a station over there, and I think this is so flat you can pretty much just bang it in from a bridge. What are we thinking? What are we thinking? I'm thinking suspension. Let's go with a suspension bridge. We've not got many suspension bridges on the map so far, so we're going to have a nice suspension bridge over the river to welcome in the modern age. And we are now connected in for that. It looks like San Francisco in Germany, eh? We need a few signals though, because at the moment we don't have any at all really. So we'll put in a block signal back there, one to protect this junction from that side and that side there. Put in a few blocks. Either side of this level crossing. I like to do them over level crossings as well. I don't really know why. Just a thing I'd like to do. And that gets us to here. We've got a signal there. Why have we got a signal there? When did that go in? Oh, that's where I put it in. And that's the end of the line. Near enough. So we can come to our Bremen annex and manage this line. So go to Bremen there. Then we want to go to Hanover. Oh, it's saying there's a problem. Okay, fine. Then we go to Göttingen Central. And then we're going to stop here. And we want to be at terminal. Let's have a look. Let's make sure we're at the correct terminal. Terminal 5. That looks all hunky-dory from here. The line's looking good. There. And then on the way back, we need to capture these stations again. So we're going to go back to Göttingen Central. We're going to come back through Hanover. And back through Bremen Annex. So that's going to give us all the options. Here we're using platform 2 on the way back. platform 5 at Castle, and then platform 1 there. Hamburg. Now, which platform are we using down here? Oh, we are using platform 1, which is good because that is not currently used, so everything's separated. Good to see you, Andre. Hope work goes well tomorrow. Thanks for jumping on the stream, and hopefully see you another time, dude. And I'll have a look at those mods. So we'll see if we can get some modded trains on our next episode and dive into that. Oh, any signals? Yeah, we got signals around here. So that's everything connected all the way to Castle for that line. That's worked out rather well, I think. We even have a passenger here at Castle that wants to go to Castle from Göttingen, which has a decent amount of the town connected because we've done that. We could potentially do a bus loop here just to make sure Göttingen is properly connected like everywhere else, which is going to, you know, add to its growth. We'll get rid of some cars on the road, some nasty cars. It's an interesting one, Göttingen. It's quite long, and I think what we need to do is complete this loop that it's got here into there for our bus loop. So we go to a stop here, come around the back over here, ready for some future growth, a stop there, and we'll have a stop about there when the town eventually grows into that. Can build ourselves a bus stop on the edge of town, a road depot I should say. Buy ourselves a couple of Tushas. We love Tushas. And we'll do our standard fare for a loop around. Would give us the complete loop around the town with no interference between them. And we can have our Göttingen bus loop. Right, just bear with me a second. I've got to put on, open the window because it's absolutely roasting here. Hopefully there's not too much external noise bothering you for this. Oh, how are we doing? Okay. Right. So Göttingen bus is. I'm just checking on green. Yeah. We're all good. We're all good. Double checking everything's all good. There we go. So Göttingen bus loop is connected. We've got people wanting to get on there already. We've got people wanting to go to Bremen on there. Our Hanover station needs a bit of love. We're not very well connected, you can see. We connect a little bit of the town, but we're quite a bit out of it. So let's mix it up a bit this time. Let's build ourselves a nice tram network with some electric routes. So we'll go a bit of a weird loop around this one. We're going to go right around what is currently the external part of town. So we'll go this way. And then we'll connect this road over here. Like so. And then we can undo that one. I don't think I want that one there. Right, that tram loop looks good. And we want a tram depot somewhere nice and cheap. Ooh, ATM 4000, look. Capacity of 26 and a speed. Oh, it's a bit slower, but has a high capacity. So, only 2 drive axles and a suspended center box. Ooh, look at that. Only got the 2 bogies on it. Oh, we actually haven't put any of our stops in. On the line, that's not going to. It's not going to help us much at all, is it? So we'll come to. Let's have a look. Where's this going to go? I'm going to go there. Oh, we should have put electric down. And we need our stops as well. So some passenger stops. One about there. one about there, come around this curve, just after that one, right in the center of this commercial area here. Then we'll come down to this residential, back up towards this part of town. So we can do our line now. Our line 1, needs some stations. So we're going to go, same thing we do, we'll go around clockwise, around the stops, and then backwards once we've got to there, and that creates this lovely double loop, which is our V Hanover tram loop. Looking rather fabulous. Yes, that's working lovely. So we've got those. We've got our new trams, the ATM 4000, which I think we need an even closer look at this, because so it's just got the 2 drive axles there, suspended one in the middle, absolutely lovely. This is the 4012. Beautiful. Not the fastest tram on the map at the moment, but it is the highest capacity tram that we can use. And they're going to get the good people of Hanover going around. I need to see Bremen. Look at it. I neglected Bremen, but you know, look at it now. Whoa, the boom. The boom has happened. There's skyscrapers everywhere. I don't think I've ever seen growth like that. Look at it. It's just gone crazy. We're currently now at 260%. I think this was at plus 40% at the start of the episode. So we've gone up to 270% now. It's absolutely boomed. And this is 10,000 connections. Because we've connected into Hamburg, and because Hamburg has 10,000 connections, and that's because Berlin has 15,000. So round and about ways, you get absolutely loads of connections in when you connect into our main network now, which really rockets the town's growth. You'll see Hanover do something similar, I think, soon, as will Göttingen when that starts to go. You can see that going as well. So that's the first of our lines from Bremen. But we're not done. We're not finished with this, because, and we might only have time for this at this point, but we've got Leipzig here, Halle, Saale. I don't really know why it's done that. Is there are 2 names for this town? I don't know. But we've got Maidberg here, Halle, and then Leipzig here, which I would love to connect in, potentially coming through here, stopping here. So 2 really close by stops there, and then cutting across this line into Leipzig, coming around Leipzig from there. Or we can sweep round, but then we're into this huge mountain here. Actually, it's significant enough that I feel like we should be able to name it. But we're gonna have to sweep around, or we could go the north way, but it's a bit more difficult with the rivers and the bridges on that side, I think. So we can come out south, come swinging around here, and then we can go through Halle, Saale, Maidberg, Wolfsburg, and into Bremen. In fact, what we'll do, we'll start at the more complicated end, because I think this is the more complicated end. We come out of the station here. Now this will become a start and a stop station. It's going to be a terminal for us. So we are going to put in a crisscross here in Leipzig, which is what we want. So the trains can get on the right side. Once they're out of there, on the inside here, we can curve ourselves a nice new track. We're able to keep at 90 there, which I'm quite impressed by. Whoops. So connect from there. Come in a wide circle. Let's go about there. It's nice and flat. Just grab the other end of the track as well. In the same place. Make sure that's connected in properly. Bring that around here. All the way around to where we are. So now we need a station in Harler. So I think one in this, maybe this is why it's going to end up really close to Maidberg here, but I think somewhere around, maybe could we go, where did we get to? We got to here. We could swing around here and potentially hug underneath. That's an intriguing potential here. If we build a station there, is it going to be low enough? If we go with there, we're gonna aim it so we can cut onto that side of Maidberg there. So we're going to continue this curve around. I want to try and keep it 90 with the curvature around here. That's the minimum speed we had on the bridge. And then I wonder if we can go underneath. And it does appear to allow me to go underneath, which is an absolute dream. So that's worked. What do we think about this? It is clipping a bit. Let's just try getting the second track in here. Bring this through. That's going to knock out another pillar, you see, and I think that looks, oh, that looks quite good, really. I mean, not a big fan of this, but we're staying at 90 with the bridge. Oh, I've got 50 kilometers of railways in free play. Charles Alton Ellis Award. That's a new achievement for me. So it doesn't like this road here doesn't like what I've done. So I'm going to get rid of it. Oh dear. It's a good job you don't need planning permission in this game, because I would not get it after my diabolical approach to demolition. So we get into Leipzig there. We come around here to Halle. And then we are aiming for Wolfsburg there. And I think we're going to go looking at Wolfsburg here. Yeah, we're going to go this side because we've got residential over there. So we'll probably put... Let's do it now. We'll put a station for Wolfsburg. I think we're going to go there. That's our Wolfsburg station. So we know where we're aiming with our Maidberg one. Now, we're about there. We're going to have to go basically straight through the town. Now, I'm going to put this on the other side, because at least we've got some distance between the two there that we've got. So I think if I go there, this is going to be quite difficult actually to get through looking at the roads. There's going to have to be some demolition in Maidberg, but they will soon bounce back from it. And again, we don't need plan information in this game. So we're gonna swing out here. Not actually got any roads there. Bring this to here, and then yeah, we're gonna have to demolish basically all this section of Maidberg, which, you know, it's not actually costing me that much doing it this way. So we'll do it like that. Let's get rid of this bit as well, because it's all in the name of progress here. That's going to give us a clear route through to there. Now we want to reconnect this road, because I do feel a little bit bad about destroying basically every building in the town. But I don't want to do a level crossing like that, so I'm going to try and lift this up. And we can do a steel girder over there. And that gives the town a bit of connection back, and they'll soon grow into this area. So that's not going to be a problem. And I'm just going to connect in the station by road here before I forget. So now the station is connected in for when we do the bus or tram network later. We've got Harler here, which is not currently connected. So we can come from the road there, knock down just the one building this time, and connect that in, making us a nice little triangle here. Lovely bit of forest that hasn't been built on, but I mean it's gonna go eventually, isn't it? You know, we'll give them a bit of help building there. We've got some. Well, we've got a new plane. I just saw a new plane. We're in 1952 now, advancing through the years at lightning pace. I'm not even looking at my chat in ages. Yeah. Right. Okay, so we're in with our two stations there. We just need one to Wolfsburg here, which is going to require the demolition of yet more buildings. So we'll swing this out to the right towards our station, and again nice and flat, so we're not going to worry too much about the intricacies of this line. So that is us connected. Is it us connected all the way? It is. We get all the way to Leipzig here. We just need some signals now, so we can go starting at this end. We need to protect from here, here, and on the way in just there. I mean, technically, you know, this one's crossing over into there as well, so we might need another signal there. We can have some block signals along the way. Got ourselves a lovely crisscross of bridges here, keeping things separate. And this is when I think the map starts to become quite lively. Look, you've got cars on the road, you've got bridges doing crazy things, you've got boats, you've got everything. It's really cool. A one-way signal there. Oh, where did I miss a one-way signal? I think I probably did, you know, here. This one probably should be one way. I think that's the one you mean. One way. Those three are one way. That one isn't, but that's the wrong side of the track, and so trains might be coming out here before they cross over. So I'm thinking I don't need too many there. The name of the river is added to the show, which is meant greetings from Germany. Saale is a river that is close to the city of Halle. Some cities in Germany have the same names, like Frankfurt am Main and Frankfurt Oder. Yeah, not Oder. Oder? I don't know. The River Oder, I'm guessing. Okay, so that's what it is. You know, in England we have like Stoke-on-Trent, which is to separate it from a different Stoke, Trent being the river, or Newcastle upon Tyne. You know, lots of places like that. And then lots of the towns have names for them, like Oxford or Cambridge, which is the River Cam. So yeah, cool. Okay, I learned something. So Halle, which is next to the river, Saale, I'm guessing there. Look, we've got the stone bridge. You can't actually, can you name bridges here? No, you can pin them. You can't name bridges, which is a shame. I hope that's something they bring, potentially to name bridges, because that would be cool. Or at least rivers. I'd like to see the names of rivers if you could do that. And maybe some mountain peaks, you know, have some points of interest around. Now, in English, we would say Maidberg for this. This is like a place in London. But I'm guessing in German it would be Magdeburg. I don't think you would miss out the G. So I've been saying Maidberg because I think that's how we would say it. But actually, I think it'd probably be Magdeburg or something like that. Right, so we are connected to Wolfsburg here, and we're going not direct to Hamburg there. We're going into We're going into Bremen. Thank you, Supi. I'm guessing you mean about Magdeburg. So I'm going to start saying it right from now on to avoid having to make more apologies like I did at the start of this episode for mispronouncing Strals. Oh man, I'm going to get it wrong now. How's it spelled? Stralsund. I've been saying Stralsund for ages. I still want to say Stralsund, but Stralsund, which for my English mouth is much more difficult to make those consonants come together in that order. But, oh, that's the wrong station. Bremen's over here. We're swinging around towards Bremen. Now, we don't really want a bridge. So let's try and avoid having a silly bridge here. Aachen now demands construction materials, which is a positive sign, isn't it? They want to build in Aachen. And then we can come into here now. Do we have a junction here to worry about? Quite soon after the station, we're going to have to go here. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. Again, this is not a terminus, so I don't need the crisscross junction here. Trains are just going to go straight through. From Bremen. They're going to use the same platforms. And we're going... It's fun at this stage of the game. You just absolutely do not have to worry about any money at all. I mean, I've not even really looked at how much money I've got in the bank. We're sitting at 152 million. It's not really going up, but I just don't... You don't worry about this stage. The only time you really worry about it is when you're trying to upgrade your fleet. Because... oh, this is not a useful thing. But when you're upgrading your fleet, then you spend a lot of money. But building tracks doesn't really do it. So we have some signals here and here and also here. Now these do need to be one way because we're not crossing over there. And then we can have some block sections round and about. Give ourselves some future proofing abilities for a really dense network. Although the capacities we're at the moment, we haven't really needed a lot of it. But we just like to stagger the signals at the level crossings so that the trains don't sit over it and stop the traffic. I mean, I know I hate cars, right? You should hate cars. But we're all signalled up and everybody's happy. Excuse me. So we now have the ability to have our Bremen. Now the question is, do we go from Hamburg? So we have a Bremen train here that comes through there. I think we go from... Do we go from Hamburg again? We've got another platform here, a spare one. And there's loads of people. 300 and... Wow. I told you there would be a lot of people on here wanting to go on our new line. So... Yeah, there are 313. So we may need to think about capacity here. But we can make a new line that goes from here. And we come around the track down here. And we have a second train that's going to go to Bremen. So that is going to help with that capacity there. We're going to go to Wolfsburg here. Then we're going to Magdeburg. Then we're going to Halle. And then we're going into lovely Leipzig. We come back out to Halle. Magdeburg. Lower Wolfsburg. Back to Bremen. And this all looks like it's lining up really well. So this is going to be our V Hamburg. Oh, V Hamburg. It's going to be our V Hamburg. Home of the hamburger. There we go. Showing my excellent German cultural knowledge there. And we're going to Leipzig. So that is that line sorted. Do we have a train on there at the moment? We do not. So we need a train, and we should be able to bring one from here. Now, oh, what have we got? We're going to need better multiple units at the moment. We've all got the rail bus, look. Oh, wow. We've got to use that. I mean, I don't think this is the right line for it. But we need somewhere to use the rail bus, so hold that thought. Hold that thought. I'm going to go with the RE44 again. I'm going to put another 100 on here. Maybe even 120. We can afford it, and let's go big. 140 capacity. Fits in all of our things. Now Wolfsburg, I think they're black and white, which is on the route. Oh, they're also dark green. Hanover 96. They are green as well. I mean, how many towns on this route that don't have green football teams? There's none, basically none in the UK. So that's interesting. Well, there are a few actually. Magdeburg is they're blue. They're kind of this blue colour. I'm going to say that. So we're going to make this in honour of Magdeburg FC, or FC Magdeburg. We're going with that. So, apologies for my brief Googling. Oh, I could make a line of 3 rail buses. Oh, you know, connected together. I want to make like almost like an intercity one. You know, like here, we've got this train into Berlin, right? Berlin to Potsdam. We've still got running on here, look, this little steam guy who's doing an absolutely sterling job, but maybe it's time to retire this lovely little train because it's been running for absolutely years and years. And if we manage that, what could we replace it with? So we go with a multiple unit. We go with a diesel. It's a diesel as well. Absolute beaut. Only got 67 emissions, which is really good for an intercity train. It's got a capacity of 15. So 3 of those connected, 1, 2, 3, has a speed of up to 90. Oh, I don't want to say bye to this little steam train, but I think it's time. I think it's time. This has got a capacity of 44. In fact, how many? We've got 36. I'm going to drop to 2 of these. No. I'm going to try one. I'm going to replace the whole thing with 1 because this is going to go so much faster. We'll get it the kind of nice bogey yellow colour that it was before. Well, an actual bus. Now in the UK we had these as well, and they literally just cut the bottoms off buses and stuck them on a bogey, and they made you know, that was a rail bus. So it only has a capacity of 15. That is a thing of beauty. Look at it go. I'm glad we only made 1 of them. I mean, it just looks ridiculous there, like that. But that is a rate of 63. There's 26 people waiting in there. We probably could do with a few more. How many people want to go back to Potsdam? Here, 26. I think in the rail bus with its quite high speed compared to the. You know, we've got 76, 80. We get up to some decent speeds here as we come along. I think that it's going to have a much higher line rate, so there's going to be a much better service. Much better service. So they're all going to get on. And yeah, we'll keep an eye on that. Yeah, we'll keep an eye on that. But that was not what we were here to do. Well, I've completely lost track by the rail bus. That was beautiful. Yeah, where were we? Where even were we? We did Leipzig, Magdeburg, Wolfsburg, and we should have a train on this line now, right? Oh, I didn't even do the. Did I not do the train? Did I not buy it? Oh, I've not put it on the line. It was RV Hamburg to Leipzig. There we go. I didn't even put it on the line, look. So the train is now on the line. Lovely FC Magdeburg colours. Ooh, gave me a bit of a horn as it came out. Yeah, lots more capacity on there, and that hopefully will mean as it comes in here, we're going to get some more people move over to the Leipzig line. We can actually manage this vehicle and add some wagons without too much issue here. Add 2 more of those, but colour them all that colour. Because that is the green line. Like every football team apart from Magdeburg is basically green. I don't know what Göttingen is actually. And Halle even. Leipzig. Leipzig's a big team. I probably should know that. Oh, it's the Red Bull one, that's why. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Cool. Alright. Now, I actually have a very strong connection to SC Freiburg. For any of you German football fans out there, I used to play a game called Football Manager in the UK a lot, and for a long time I managed SC Freiburg for absolutely no reason. Absolutely no reason. Yeah, is it because of the Red Bull, Soupy? Is it the Red Bull that makes them a hated team? Because that would annoy me that they've been bought out and they've lost their heritage. They tried to do a similar thing with Cardiff City, the Welsh team, a few years ago, where they tried to make them into basically a Thai dragon team, and they changed the colour of the kit and everything to they were the blue because they're like these blue swifts, which is a blue bird in the UK. You probably get them in Germany, and they tried to make them red because of the red dragon, which is on the Welsh flag, but the people of Cardiff were absolutely not having it, and they changed back. So I don't know. Is that what's happened? Oh, so you've managed, Super. You've managed SC Freiburg. What a team! What a team! It was one of those things where I got offered the job when I was an up and coming FM manager, and it was SC Freiburg, and they had a big budget compared to what I was doing at some like League Two English club. So yeah, so and ever since then I always have a little look at Freiburg. What are they doing? I don't even know. And the thing is, I don't even know where Freiburg is on the map. Is it on this map? I don't know. No, I'm gonna have to again. I'm doing a lot of this. I'm gonna have a let's have a look. Where is Freiburg within Germany? Oh, it's right south. Oh, I don't think we had. Oh, wait. We did connect it. We did, Lork. We do have Freiburg, Lork. There we go. And yeah, so there's Freiburg. Yeah, but that's the thing about Football Manager. You manage teams, you don't even know where they where they are. You just do it because it's a great game. But you're not here for Football Manager. You're here for Transport Fever, and that's what we're doing. So let's have a look at our little network now. Bremerhaven is growing, and that is purely just from the one port, and that's given 3,000 connections because this is so well connected. It's actually quite a lot of people waiting at Oldenburg, which is promising, really. This ship is not making us any money. This is a loss leader, but the growth in the towns is probably worth it. I'm going to chalk this one off to currying favour with local governments because, yeah, that ship is not making me money. Only 35 people on board. We absolutely need these towns to grow in order for that to work. But that could happen. That could happen. Now, Hanover is seeing some serious growth. Ooh, the growth figures on this are absolutely crazy. Bremen, you can see, it's gone absolutely mad. And the stations are full. So we can duplicate some of these vehicles here, try and relieve some of the challenges, and we got loads of people on there as well at the stations. Hanover again is looking fairly busy on the tram loop, so we might add some more of these in Hanover as well. Stations looking kind of busy. So on this line we haven't actually connected in. Look, Wolfsburg here is a bit stranded, the station. We need to bring that in. Bring a road across. I don't know. Yeah, what we're gonna do? Go straight out to there, and then what we can do with that is we can have our bus stop right outside the station there, look. Nice and convenient. And we can do, let's have a look. So we can come out this way, I think. We'll build a road here. To complete that loop. I don't know. I mean, I would love to. I mean, I do love Football Manager. It's been a few years, Soupy, that I've played it, and I'm probably be a bit lost now. But I would love that. But yeah, maybe. You know, yeah, you're tempting me. You're tempting me with just the mention of playing Football Manager. It's such a time sink, though. Like, you lose days to that game. If any of you have ever never played it, I highly recommend that you don't, because that game is an absolute time sink. I used to play it a lot when I was at university, when I had a lot more time in my hands, and it was not good for my education. I can tell you that for free. Yeah, it dominates, but it's a brilliant storytelling game, and actually probably would work really well on YouTube. I think I do follow a few YouTubers who do use it, and who do that, and they do very well by the looks of it. So maybe, but I like Tycoon games as well, and at the moment I'm just trying to build up a bit of a name of being somebody that plays, you know, Tycoon games. So yeah, I'm going to stick with the Tycoon games for now, and then hopefully, you know, in the future I'll just be playing these games non-stop, and I'll have a Football Manager 1, I'll play some Valheim, we'll play some Factorio and Tropico and whatever else. City Skylines maybe? Not really a game I've ever got into, but that's a popular one. Right. Any other games that people play? What do people play? Put in the chat. What's your favourite game? Apart from Transport Fever 2, obviously. What do you like to play? I'd like to know. Because I do sometimes think I'd like to play, maybe branch out on this channel to more, maybe some different games, but I'm not sure which. But Satisfactory, yeah. I mean, I've played a lot of Factorio, which I gather is quite similar. Well, Wolfsburg, aren't we? Bus Loop. Yeah, I've played a lot of Factorio. In fact, too much Factorio, and yeah, I can imagine that it's as equally as addictive as that. I had a friend for ages. Oh, I don't want that line. For ages, tried to get me into playing Satisfactory, and I resisted because I knew it would destroy my life. And I'd be playing it for too long. But we got Wolfsburg now connected in. We even have passengers already, which is good. So Wolfsburg's going to grow. Magdeburg is already quite a big place, actually. 300. Always. Oh yeah, I destroyed loads of the town, which is why it dropped off. So it's not brilliantly connected. So we do need to do something about that as well. So just again, we'll just knock out a really simple, cheap bus loop here. Get ourselves on this, because this is the bit of the game that kind of gets a bit repetitive. You're doing similar things, but we'll go through the middle of town here, right through, and then it kind of has expanded out this way. And I think if we complete this loop here, then this might be a good spot for another one there. And then we go back over to this side, and we can have a stop there. So it's quite an extensive loop, actually, for Magdeburg, because it's quite an odd-shaped town in the game. So we're going to go from our central one here. What have I even done here? Oh no, we're going there. Around that way, and we're going back to there, and then we come in here. I think that's right. Let's have a look down. Yeah, so that looks good. And this is our V Magdeburg bus loop. Farm sim? You mean like a... Oh, I mean, I played a bit of Stardew Valley, which is not really a farm simulator. But yeah, I can kind of get into those games. In fact, somebody, I don't know if he's watching at the moment, somebody got me into... oh, we got a Merc, look. Got me into a train driver sim. I think it was on Roblox for a bit. And that was pretty cool, actually. I didn't think I'd like those kind of games, but I did play it for quite a while. So maybe a farm sim would be cool. Maybe a farm sim would be cool. I suppose it's, yeah, does that fit the Tycoon mold? I wonder. I hope so, because that would be a nice game. I think it'd be a good one to live stream because it's so chill. You just chill and you know, do some farming. There's a great program over here called Jeremy Clarkson's Farm. If you've, I don't know if you get that over on Amazon Prime, where you are, wherever you are, but it's a really good show about farming in the UK, and yeah, I'm a big fan. And it's made me not want to farm in real life, because in the UK it is not the way to go if you want to make any kind of money. I don't know why people do it, to be honest, apart from it seems like a nice way to live. So we'll connect in Harler. Oh look, we got these Mercs, look, they go 70. That is just silly riding around town. So unfortunately, Harley, you're not getting the Mercs yet. Someone else is going to get the Mercs. Because I feel like we should really do Mercs. Just connect this route around here. I feel like we're missing a stop actually on this. There should be one there, but there's not much town connected in this way. Sorry for the bump on the mic there. All right. So yeah, we do need an extra stop here. This is a bit of future proofing. There will be buildings in this area, so we need to add this in. So that's after number 2. Wait, number 2, 3, 4. So it's after number 7. 5, 6. Okay, so 5 Schulstrasse. I'm going to add a station there. That's right. Then on the way back, before Schulstrasse, we get to here. We're going to add that one as well. Yeah, that works. All right. So we've got our stops. We've got our stops for Halle, Magdeburg. Yeah, and this is the thing I'm waiting for. I am playing Transport Fever 2 almost exclusively just because I know I want to be, you know, limbered up and ready for when Transport Fever 3 comes out, because I've been waiting for that long time. I'm excited for Tropico 7. That comes out, I think, right at the end of the year as well. I think that's right at the end of the year. And I do like Tropico games, if you've played any of those, so I probably will do a bit of that actually. Bremen's well connected up, yeah. And then what else is there? What else have we looked at? I've been looking at Workers and Resources. That's a game that's a bit of an indie game that looks really cool. Might be sort of good challenges you can do on there. And there's also Captain of Industry, which if you like Satisfactory, I think they're a bit similar. Somewhere between Transport Fever and Satisfactory, I think that game is. So there's a few really good games out there. I just don't have the time to play. I put all my time into this, and there we go. So right, so we've done the lines. We've gone into Kassel, we've gone into Halle, we've got Magdeburg set up, we've got Wolfsburg set up, we've got that. The last line, and this is going to be the last line of the episode. I wanted to remodel Berlin, and I promised to do it, but that's going to be so much work. I just want to get these 3 passenger lines in, and we've got this last one here, which you can see is we're going to again. Do we go from Bremen again? I think we come from this line up here, Oldenburg, which might make the port a little bit defunct actually, which would be a shame. But we could go from Hamburg to Oldenburg here, come down to Meppen, Munster and Bielefeld, and then again into Kassel. Or, yeah, we go, there's loads of people. 256 people wanting to go to Kassel there. Göttingen is booming as well. Wow. From 100 to 400 in approximately 4 years. So booming. You can see the difference. You know, it was the same size as this town here, and it's just exploded. So yeah, in terms of population, this is the way to go, because the population is growing all the time. We've got 226,000 people in Germany at the moment. So yeah, we've already got a double track here that runs with a lot of freight on it, so it's something we have to be careful of. That goes by Bremen, but then a single track. Oh, we got a bit of a single track here. Go to Hamburg. We'd have to go here. There's this slow train there. This is our fast line, actually. I'm tempted actually to come out of Bremen here. But is that silly? Do we need? I mean, Hamburg's the second biggest town on the map. We've got capacity. Have we got capacity for it? Yeah, we've got. Well, we've got 4 lines coming in here actually already. And then we could go. We could split this bridge here and take this bridge, utilize what we've already got, and then into here. So we're gonna have. Yeah, this whole line we've got, which is really good, but look, we're running some really old livestock on here. So we're going to have to 4-track it pretty much the whole way to keep out of the way of that slow trains, otherwise we're going to be stuck behind them. Yeah, so we'll come out of Hamburg, we'll go to Oldenburg along here. Then we're going to turn in... So we might actually put the station in here, and then we can connect Emden and Oldenburg together, basically, with 2 tram loops that do that. Go into Meppen. So let's put down some stations so we know where we're going. I'm going to put a station in. I think we're going to go. I think we could shoot this right through town because of where the industrial and it's going to keep snapping. I think if we go, just nudge this. Oh, this is. I've got to press so many buttons at the same time here. I want to go sort of there. Like so. Oh, that took a long time. That's my plan. In fact, I'm going to do this before Meppen grows into this. So we're going to go. We're going to destroy quite a bit of Meppen here. And then that means we can go to Oldenburg. So where do we go for Oldenburg? Where's the residential in Oldenburg? It's over there. So this is a good spot for, not sort of along here. This would be a good spot. So we'll come out. We'll go behind these buildings here. Again, I need to not snap into there. I do want to rotate it a bit. So I want it to be kind of there. Like so. So that's going to be our station for Oldenburg. We're going to then come around this oil well into Magdeburg there. Then we'll come to Münster, where we've got industrial and commercial there. So I think probably we'll go there, sort of around there. That's going to shoot us that way. Let's get the tracks in before the town comes through. Just putting these bits of tracks in. So we've got no risk here of the town taking over. Then we come to Bielefeld. Now this is going to be a bit more tricky. We've got to get across this river. We've got an air. Oh, we see it's sunk quite far down. Look here, where this river comes in. So actually, we probably want to come to this side. So we're not going to go as high when we get over towards there. So I'm thinking that we go probably there with this one, and we can actually just connect these straight up. Look. What should we go with? So we've got steel girder. Oh, that's a lovely bridge without the without the suspension arms, without the catenary. Oh, beautiful. Steel girder bridge, just straight. That is German precision, no nonsense engineering right there. You don't need any fluff. You just stick some girders down, and you've got yourselves a railway. So this construction materials plant, we're going to have to wiggle around it a little bit. That's not a major problem. Lose about 4 miles an hour, 4 kilometers an hour, I should say, as we come out of the station. So we should be fine because we'll be stopping. So we're connected back up to Magdeburg. And then we can come around here now. We said we're going to come around this side, so I'm going to start over here. Now this is going to be a 4-lane track, so we're going to, from this side though, we are going to curve around as close as we can to the factory, to the oil well, and we will then do a nice loop, an S-bend in there. Good to see you, Soupy. Thanks for joining today. Hopefully see you sometime soon on the stream. Thanks for your feedback and your advice. As always, really good. So yeah, we'll carry on though. We'll get this finished for this stream, and then we will come back to remodeling Berlin another time. But Berlin's got so much attention, and it's not the only city in Germany, is it? So we needed to sort that out. So we are going to 4-track here. So we might even, we might have a line that's electrified and a line that isn't, until we upgrade our freight. But we'll just bring the 2 lines parallel here. See you, Tools for Reels. Thanks for joining. Yeah, and hopefully see you playing Transport Fever 3 soon as well. Yeah, all the best, mate. Okay, so what do we do here? Do we keep the stone bridge? I think we do. I kind of like the look. Oh, no, I don't like the look of that. Bridge pillar collision. Do I get anything different here? Yeah, I think I'm going to have to change this bridge. The whole thing. I don't know why I've got separate girders there, like as a separate bridge. I want this to come along. Oh, bridge pillar collision, where? Surely not. Build it in short sections. Can you imagine if that was your house and someone just built a railway bridge over the top of it? You'd be fuming. Right. That gets us to there. We're nearly at Hamburg now. We've got this high section over there that we want to connect into. So what I'm thinking is we come from here actually to go over. I don't want to go. We can bring our junction on here. Like so, and then we can connect that into our line there. Again, not the fastest, but you've got to manage the geography. You can always make it faster later with a high-speed train when they come around. So, but at the moment, I think this is fine. We just want to get these towns connected in. So let's connect in. Where's the junction gone? There? Yeah, I think it's there. Right, so we can get our second line in here and connect that in there. So that is all the way into Hamburg there. So we just need to pop in our signals there. Already got our signals going to Hamburg over there. Lovely. We'll put one in the middle here. I mean, this is all separate. So we'll have nice high-speed electric trains running alongside some really old steam locomotives we've still got on the map. But they're doing the job and they're doing it absolutely fine. Oh, we've got another level crossing here. Put in some sections. Like I say, quite often you just have one train running on the line. When you get later in, you have such a high line rate from the fast trains that quite often you don't need that many trains running on your lines, which is nice. But also, you've built all this infrastructure for like a gazillion trains, so you know, it doesn't become such an issue. So yeah, maybe not all these places are super efficient for signal placement, but we're okay now. I'm going to get this line set up to Bielefeld. Connect it into... you know what? This might be... Rather than going into Castle there, which is already super busy, I think I'm going to connect this in to Göttingen here. And that way, that's connected in there. If they want to go on to Castle, they can. But I'm already pointed in that kind of direction. I've got plenty of space here to do a double crossover, so that this can be a terminal station here. And I could even add in an additional platform here, like a terminal one. Yeah, we could put in terminal 1 over here. Oh, it doesn't like this, does it? Doesn't like this. Come on, there we go. Right, so that would work really well. But what would be cool is to save ourselves some tricky bits in the future. Look, we can pop down 3 platforms there. It's not going to let me do that one, I think, because I might need to delete that. So configure that and get our track here. So now we've got an extra platform, which is probably not the most efficient way to do it if we're going over there. But what we could do here, oh, this could work well. We'll raise a little bit. We could swing down here. See, we're up on this high cutting here. So what I'm thinking is if we come out here, and we're quite close to the station, so speeds will be quite low anyway. And then we're going to curve around this way. And then can we go underneath? So if I... need to go a bit further out for this. I was hoping that we'd be able to get under here. Now, there's a road there, which is not helping the situation. Might need to go a bit lower, a bit further back here. You see we sort of level out here. So we're going to swing round there. Crucially. So we're going down, we're still going down. And then we're going to go underneath. This is the plan. Underneath this track here. Yes, that's what we want. We want a tunnel. Beautiful. And we can come out the other side. Oh, come on. Does that look weird? Yeah, we've got a nice little tunnel there. We only need the one line at the moment for the N1 because we're just going to have the one train on it. So we're going to get rid of this road. It's in my way. Deal with that later, and then we can come across over there. Let's swing it around there a bit. How's that looking? Nice and flat. Give ourselves a steel girder. No. Yeah, we'll go with a steel girder. Yeah. Do a bit of that. And then we can swing into this station here. Oh. Bring that out. We may double track this later down the line, so we'll give ourselves some space, but actually we just need the one here. Oh gosh. There we go. Signals wise, then we can just go with a non-one-way signal to there, and then we've got signals on there. Right, so that is everything connected. We can go to Göttingen here, all the way, Münster, Meppen, and Oldenburg, all the way from Hamburg here. So, no, not from Bremen, from Hamburg. So we need a new line. We're going to go. Let's follow it around Hamburg. Let's see if we get all the way. We're then going to go to Oldenburg. Oh, I could not connect all stations. We'll see how this goes. Meppen. Yeah, I feel like we do need some mods. So we got down to Göttingen. We cleared our issues. Come back to Bielefeld, Münster transfer, Meppen sidings, Oldenburg, and then back into Hamburg here. In terms of the terminal, we're using the same as the Bremen line, which I don't mind too much. There's only the one train on there. And I'm actually using the same line pretty much for some of that journey. But this is going to be our Hamburg nach. Where did we end? It was Göttingen, wasn't it? I don't even know. I don't know if I've spelled that right. Let me go check. There's an umlaut missing, but apart from that, that was a good stab. So we don't actually have any trains on there yet. We'll come to our train depot here. We've advanced. We've got no steam trains, no multiple unit steam trains. We're not using the rail bus. That would be ridiculous for such a long one. Now we do have the NoHab, which we've not yet used yet. Not as powerful as, say, the RE44, and not as much tractive effort, but it is a lot cheaper to run. Well, it's a bit cheaper to run, and we don't have one yet, so we're gonna have one, and that does go 120. So fair play. We'll go with we'll go with 100, a mediocre rating, and we can put that on our V Hamburg to Göttingen line. And now Göttingen, SC Göttingen. Oh, they're yellow and black by the looks of it. Are they? Yellow and black. Ooh, okay. So these are really kind of the Dortmund colours. Alright. So that's going to be the colour of that line then. It's got to be. What have we got on here? Göttingen. It's already kind of yellow. We'll go with a deeper. No, that's too. We'll go with a classy yellow. Let's call this classy yellow. And let's have a look at our lovely diesel loco here. And it's actually quite good because some of the track it's running on at the moment. Which line is it using? Where's it going? Where is this train going? What is it doing? How is it going? I need to follow this. Right, okay. I'm going to manage a vehicle. I'm going to change it to a horrible yellow colour. Yes, a horrible yellow colour. And there's Bazalima, hello. There's no reason I don't play with mods. I do play with some mods, but usually they're kind of gameplay mods. But what is this train doing? It's a really horrible colour. This doesn't really represent SC Göttingen at all. So yeah, that's not the right colour. It's got to be like that. Yeah, black and white, I guess. But crucially, where is this train going? So this train's going this way. Probably going to come across here. I mean, how is it going to get to... Maybe, I mean, the route it's using. Lost it. Where's the little diesel loco sign? That's the Frankfurt grain. Oh, I'm going to have to find it again. Where is it? Hamburg V. It was passenger line. We want trains. There it is. Train 116. I mean, we've just got to follow this. I want to speed it up a bit. Where is this train going? Göttingen is, you can see, it's all the way over there. Like, we can't even see it on the map. It has gone a really long old route. Thankfully, it's diesel, which means it's not too worried about electrified lines, because not everything is electrified. So we're just taking a nice little cab ride here. Through Berlin, which feels unwise. Wow. I mean, you don't need many depots here when you do this. So it is getting up to 80 kilometers an hour. But this isn't even the route it's going to travel. I really thought it would take a different route for this. This is absolutely wild. So it is, but it is managing to find a path. We're coming to Leipzig now. Hopefully by the time it gets there, there's some passengers waiting for it. Because it has gone a long old way to get to this route. So we're coming around the back. I mean, well, where are we? Göttingen's there. So we've gone all the way down the map. And now we're basically going back up again. And we are headed for Hamburg East. So it's basically going to follow this line all the way up here. Past Wolfsburg. Past Bremen. It's going to come around here. Into... It must have been the only way... you know what? It's the only way. Coming out of here. It can't... I bet it's the terminal lock. It can't actually get into this one. From there. So that is a lesson learned, because it has had to go a really long way to arrive, and it still hasn't arrived. But there are some passengers waiting there. But we do have some unconnected towns here. So we could do, while we wait for that train to come in, we can connect this in. So we're connecting some of Münster. Some of Bielefeld is connected in. Göttingen, as we know, has already been done. Meppen, the station is not connected, even though that's pretty close. Might have to go back here to connect this in. Connect some of Meppen in there. And again, Oldberg here is now connected with that little nubbin of a road. And that connects in a decent amount. Now, Oldberg already has a bus loop, so we need a stop over here. So we've got a loop that's doing that. So we're going to have to cut into this loop. With a stop here, I think, because it's growing rapidly as a town. So we need to interject this bus loop. So after 3, we're going to go to here. Then we're going to go to here, and that's no, that's the wrong place for that one, really. The Danziger Strasse. Yeah, I think that's the wrong one. I think it needs to be there now. We can manage the line. And where Danzigerstrasse is, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So we've got to make this one 12. And there's our loop sorted out for Oldenburg. Now, there's quite a few wagons on here. So we'll put a few more buses on there. Meppen, no. I think what we'll do is a really, oh well, this is not gonna last long, to be honest. If we put a stop and not a stop there. That's not what I wanted. I want to stop there, and I want to stop here, and then we'll get a bus depot. Buy a couple of buses on this. Oh, I need one for the station. We can expand this later. Now, our line manager, line 1. So we go here, 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 here. So a hub and spoke setup for Meppen here. Ah, where's the line gone? To rename that tab, V Meppen bus. It's not really a loop. What is it? Spider? There we go. So that's Meppen. Yeah, we want to get this done in the next 4 minutes before we close the stream. So let's get it done. Let's just get some nice, quick and easy bus connections out. So again, you know, we could just, well, what we're doing here, let's get a stop there. It's quite a long place. We're going to go around, and then we're going to connect with the residential area there. And then probably, yeah, I think we'll just do that. We'll get ourselves a bus stop there. Buy ourselves a couple of buses. I like the Tushas. Oh, what have I done there? Press the hotkey. A couple of Tushas on a new line. We're going from here, 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 here. And then we're going to come back into there. So a little bit of a simpler bus loop for, where are we, Munster. That connects in most of that town. Bielefeld is the last one we've got to do. We've got 3 minutes to go, come on. So, nice bus stop there. We're going to come out of the town to here. We're going to do a loop around here. Put one in there as well, actually, and then that's probably too close to the station, actually. But that is a rather simple loop for there. So we can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now it doesn't like this, so we're going to have to fix that. It's doing a bit of a weird loop here. So this is the V Bielefeld. I've been calling it Bielefeld. Bielefeld bus loop. Let's get that going with, again, some buses. Oh, you know what? Let's do Mercs. Let's do it. It's just for no reason. It's going on the Bielefeld line. Because I want to see him. I want to see him as this closes out. We can make this, just to close this loop, let's just do a little triangle there, and that's going to help the route no end. Oh, is it? Oh, is that better? No, I don't think it is. They're going, oh, I don't even know what they're doing here. 3, 4, so they're going around there. 5, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. They're doing, what are they doing here? They're doing all kinds of weird, you know what? This stop doesn't work. The stop has got to be here. So we just move that back, and that should look a lot better. Yeah, it does. Right. We can get playing again. And we can get our mercs. So, I hope you have enjoyed this merc. I hope you enjoyed this stream, everyone. It's been a pleasure. Thanks for joining. I will hopefully see you next time for some more Transport Fever 2 fun in Germany. If you like this video, do encourage me and send me a like and a subscribe. And send me a comment what you would like to see in future ones. What should we do in our next episodes? And if you are German or live near Germany, let me know what pronunciations I got wrong, and I'll try and apologise. But all the best, everyone. Thanks for joining the stream, and hopefully see you again soon. Bye bye.